everyone. You have your fellow social worker here in the State Assembly. Shout out to Senator Baruch and congratulations on your new bundle that's coming. Her baby will be joining many babies. Sorry, my son is playing with the keypad, but her baby will join the many babies that we have over here in the Assembly. We had 3 boys and 1 girl last year, TJ being one of them. And we bring our children into the chambers often. TJ's here every day, and they have this little baby caucus where they fight for universal health care amongst a million other things. I join you guys representing the South Bronx, the 79th District, and I'm a proud social worker, proud to have my license. It cost me $98,000, which we will be fighting with Joe Biden to cancel, but but it was well worth it. This is great work. Not many of us end up going into the macro level. Not many of us end up going into policy and politics, but my sister Jamie is here, and we have one. I learned today we have 2 other social workers that are not here with us. But every March, we acknowledge the work that we have done and why we chose to do this work. And it always, well, for me, I'll speak from first person. It's about my community. It's about my family. I come from an immigrant mom from Belize, and I grew up in Harlem in poverty. And so when you have those dynamics, you have no choice but to fight and to serve. Because if we didn't fight or we didn't serve, then we would not have survived. So my advocacy for people started so young, but I knew I was going to be a social worker when I was a college advisor, and I was helping young people go, apply for school, but then you had to deal with all the back stuff. You had to deal with the family. You had to deal with, parents who don't understand why their child wants to go so far away and why it's a great opportunity for them. I had to deal with all of those things, and I wanted to get the tools to help them properly. And so I decided to become a social worker. I knew I was going to be an elected official when I was in my first year, and we took a class on policy. And I realized that there were only a few social workers that went into lawmaking. Now we have to live and abide by the laws that these policymakers make, but they don't know what it means to be on food stamps. They don't know what it means to live in public housing. They don't know what it means to have any of these social services that we dole out every single day to people. They don't know what it means that when you make $1 over Medicaid, you can no longer have it. But I understood it. I lived that life for way too long, and I said, I need to be in the room. And more people like myself and like Jamie and Simberwitz needs to be in the room because we understand what it's like to be the people who need the services that we're trying to cut. So with that passion, I decided I'm going to run for office. And every chance I get, I take in interns. When I was, before I became an elected official, I worked in New York City Public High School. And I took interns from my alma mater, Adelphi. Shout out to Adelphi. And of course, I'm open to taking interns from anywhere, but I took interns because I knew that our intern program did not have so many options. And I said, I will always have a door for one of my students to come into, and I will always make sure that we do have that time to connect and bring up the next generation. So for me, this work is not about just me and my son and my family, but it's about all of us in this together. Trust that every time I have a conversation, people know that Chantel Jackson is a licensed social worker. Like, you better put that LMSW in the back of my name and